Well, hi there. How are you guys doing? Thank you guys for your patience. I know I'm getting started a couple minutes late. I literally just got here. It's been a fun morning. I had to stop off at the reptile room and take an animal from filming last night back to Animal Ark, and then I was on the phone with somebody really exciting. Let me see, get myself all proper here. His name is Richard Bilbo, and he's somebody I've known for years because I met him at the Wasatch Reptile Expo, which very excitingly is going to be occurring in. I mean, they've got kind of a modified format for it so that we're more protected in this COVID era, but this is an expo that's happening tomorrow. So, if you're wanting to go to a reptile expo and you're in the greater Utah metro area, the Wasatch Reptile Expo, I always love it. And Richard just found out that it was going to be happening. And so he's hopefully coming up. He has a giant indigo snake, eastern indigo snake, and a whole lot of other amazing snakes. And he works really hard to socialize them. And so, they're all super friendly and wonderful. His was the first indigo I ever saw, the first indigo I ever held, the first indigo I ever watched spray copious amounts of feces. It's an amazing snake. And it sounds like probably not right now, but I was talking with him, and very soon we will be filming a video on indigo snakes. And just so you know, like some of you are like, what's an indigo? And I did a poll a long time ago, and the indigo wasn't one that was like huge demand for me to cover. That's only because you don't know what they are. This is the North American equivalent of the king cobra, but it's a non-venomous, giant, black, iridescent, glorious snake. In the wild, they eat other snakes and basically anything they can grab, and they just overpower them with powerful jaws, swallow them down. They're intelligent. They're incredible. Just unbelievably amazing snakes. Honestly, the false water cobra, one of the things that stood out to me about false water cobras was how much they looked like indigos in the way that they're built. They've got that same sort of scalation and everything like the indigo snakes. And so it's like, this is a snake I can actually afford that reminds me a lot of an indigo. They get big, not indigo big, but they get big, and they got that same sort of scalation, that same sort of intelligence. Super cool. Anyway, I'm super excited to share those with you guys. He's got other cool snakes too. Anyway, he's just an awesome guy. So I'm looking forward to that. I got so much I'm excited to talk to you guys about, because something else incredibly amazing and a little bit scary is going to be happening this week. And of course, the great horror has arrived. So I'll share that with you here in just a moment. But first, I gotta tell you about something, because we haven't really advertised this majorly. I don't even know how many people are going to come. So if you're watching this and you're in the greater Utah metro area, this coming Monday, we're actually going to open the room to the general public for the first time, where some people will be coming from outside, and that's pretty exciting, because we've never been able to be open like this. We've had a couple of small events there, but COVID has just been such a crazy time, and the room is actually getting to open, and I just thank you guys. That has been entirely possible because of your support, especially through the face-to-face chats. We never would have made it through this time. Lisa's here.
Oh, hi. I haven't brushed my hair. I haven't done my makeup. I've been editing all morning.
Lisa's been editing.
I got a handful of nuts for breakfast and lunch.
This has been such a crazy morning. Alicia's gonna. Where'd you land on that, by the way?
I'm like 20 minutes out.
Okay, so Alicia will have a new video for you guys today, but probably not right at the end of the stream. So give her half an hour or so after the stream. That's probably editing, and then you got to upload it. It'll be a little, maybe an hour after the stream. So you'll have a little bit of time to sit back and relax a little bit. And then, or you could probably watch all 3 of Alicia's other videos, and then it would be about time for Alicia's new video.
Yeah, do that.
But and her channel's called Why Not Me. So if you want to check it out, I strongly encourage it. I've got some other exciting news on the YouTube channel stage, but not yet. It's still in the top secret stage, but soon I get to talk to you about that, and I'm super excited about it. But back to the reptile room. So Clint's reptile room will be open. Again, it's not what I wanted it to be by this point, because all of our funds went into just staying alive. But it's still a wonderful place. It's comfortable. It's just a place that I want people to be able to go there and feel peaceful and good, and just have a great experience with reptiles and learn what amazing creatures these are. The reality is, when you go to a zoo, I love zoos. You know this about me. I love zoos. I have so much fun at zoos. But in a lot of ways, most of the time when you go to the zoo, you're looking at something through glass. It's like watching it on TV, except it's not doing anything interesting. When you have your own animals, you get to interact with them in a way that is just completely different. And that is the experience we want to give people when they come to the reptile room, is that experience that you have when you have your own animals and you get to interact with them in that way. So anyway, I'm super excited about that. Oh, we've also got a package here today.
Really?
Though
I
Anthony,
missed what you said about Richard Bilbo.
Oh, so I was talking to Richard Bilbo, and
Are you using a snake for a video?
Yeah, not this weekend, but he's gonna come up sometime, and we're gonna do probably a few videos.
That's exciting.
I didn't even spoil all the rat snakes he has. I just
Really?
told him about the indigo, which is exciting, but it actually probably isn't the one you guys will even be the most excited about, unless you know about indigos. Then it's hard to say there's any snake you could be much more excited about. Whew! Oh gosh. So I don't know how much I should say about this, because I really don't know. Anyway, there's so many exciting things. Stay tuned for future live streams. I've actually got to talk some stuff over with the rest of my team, but there are a lot of cool opportunities coming in the near future, and we're really excited about them. But I should probably do a question or two and then show them the great evil.
Tell us the details about the reptile room opening, like the hours and stuff.
So it'll be this Monday, 5 p.m.
5 to 9.
5 to 9. Those will be the hours, and then it will also be open on Thursday,
10 to 3.
10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So
we're testing things out with as far as COVID goes, and how we want the flow and how we want things to work out, trying to see like what random kids who aren't used to reptiles will do, so we can kind of figure out what rules and procedures we need, and then kind of play COVID out. So we're just doing 2 hours a week, a couple hours each day, about 4 hours each day. It's $10 a person to come hang out with Clinty and see all the animals, feed them, and take pictures with them. And it's going to be a good time. It's all about the experience that you're having there and what you're feeling there. Because if you just walked in and looked around, it would take you 2 minutes to look around and be like, I'm out of here. But we really want you to come, stay, talk, and hang out.
Yep. It is like a reptile hangout where you get to just be with the animals. Like, something I always recognize when I go to the zoo is I'll see an animal that's amazing and I'll look at it for 20 seconds. It's like, if I had this animal at my house, I could watch it for 2 hours. Why can't I just dial in like that? And a lot of it is because you can't interact with that animal in any way. Well, now you can. So anyway, we have some questions?
We do have some super chats, and then our friend Princess Suicine just said, if I'm reading this, can we do the Patreon questions a little earlier because she has to run?
Oh,
it's a time-sensitive question.
Yeah. Well, can we do hers?
Yeah.
Do you have it
up? She's not Princess Suicine on.
I got you. We will try to get to some Patreon questions a little earlier today. But did you want to do it?
Yeah, I want to do a super chat. And the hours for Thursday are 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and 5 to 9.
And 5 to
9 on Monday. Thursday, 10 to 3. And I'd love to see you guys there. Also, we'll be at the Wasatch Reptile Expo tomorrow. Not with all the animals, but I'll be there. At least the top part of my face, you'll be able to see that. This is what I look like. So if you see me, this is what to expect. And but that'll be fun. I'm so excited. I haven't been to an expo. Was there a Wasatch Expo after Tinley? I think Tinley was my last one that I've been to. I don't think I've been to an expo since Tinley.
Okay, super chats. Great super chats coming in.
Wait.
Amanda Cook sent a $15 super chat.
Amanda
is our friend from
Ramen Reptiles.
She's an incredible artist. Check them out. Clint.
You can see her at the Wasatch Expo also. I think she's gonna have a booth.
Really?
I'm so excited to see her stinking booth. Can you believe how exciting her is? And she's upped her game even since she sent us the snake.
Yeah, but I like her snake.
Oh, I like the style of our snake, but she can just do so much. It's amazing. Anyway. Sorry.
Okay, let's see. Clint, message Joel at Prismatic. He may have Mexican indigo available that I almost bought.
Ooh, so yeah, there are two indigo snakes. There's the Eastern indigo, which is the one everybody knows about and really loves, and they've got a really glorious red chin. And then there's the Mexican indigo, which is also a giant black snake, usually not quite as red of a chin as the Easterns, a little bit smaller, still totally stinking rad. Like honestly, there'd be a very, very few people who would see that and know that there was a difference between that and an Eastern indigo. They're a little more affordable. Still, all Cribos are pretty expensive.
I've got a
Stinking rad.
I've got a disappointing piece of news.
Oh no.
She just sent a $5 super chat and said, "Not this year, Clint. Spring Expo."
Oh, for her booth?
Uh-huh.
Okay. That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. Someday I'll get to see your rad booth. Hopefully we still get to see you tomorrow though.
Is that package from Anthony? Because he
no.
sent a $20 super chat. Anthony said, "Hello, my friend. Hope the item I sent to your PO box found you well. What are your top 3 dream reptiles?"
Anthony, I'm very concerned. I have a package to open today, but it's not from you, and there wasn't one there at the PO box. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We need to figure that out.
And what are your top 3 dream reptiles / pets?
Oh, Cuvier's dwarf caiman, common snapping turtle.
I've got to teach you how to cheat.
Cheat?
Yeah.
At what?
So in stage acting, when you're on stage, you obviously don't want to turn full profile to look at the person to talk to them. So you do what's called cheating.
Oh, I'm aware of this.
Turn your face.
But I really want to see you because there's so much.
But you gotta pretend to see me because they're just looking at the back of your head.
That's all right. I've got a great head back. People always tell me that. They're like,
you gotta cheat a little.
Back of your head is amazing. Oh, Leisha, the best. They'll be like, why is Leisha out the window?
They don't know there's a window there. Okay, dwarf caiman,
turtle, common snapping turtle. So if it was an absolute dream, it was going to be a snake. Oh. I honestly, one that I've been learning about recently that I sort of wasn't aware of, but dwarf Burmese pythons, they seem like they'd be pretty amazing. Honestly, a really friendly yellow anaconda would be an amazing dream snake. You know, since we're a little unreasonable with dream creatures.
Good ones. Okay, UK Exotic said, "Hi Clint, love your videos."
Thank you.
And our friend Amar said, "Hope you're well. Have you picked up any bad study habits? I used to drink so much coffee while studying. I gave myself heart palpitations."
Oh yeah, that's not a good study habit. Sleep sets the memory. So but I also have a difficulty. I have a really hard time. So actually, how about this? I have some great study habits that I learned on accident. Okay, so there's a really cool study that was done where they had people either they would either teach people the material, or they would convert what do they call it? Commit their notes to memory, where you read your notes over and over, or they do nothing. Those were the 3 ways that they assigned people to prepare for this exam. And so it was random assignment. They had to do it in one of those 3 ways. There was a significant difference in performance between the people that taught other people and the people that did the other 2 study methods. But there was no difference statistically between the group that committed their notes to memory, so read their notes over and over, and the group that did nothing. And that is the way most people study, is they read their notes over and over and over again. What you need to find is somebody who will let you explain everything to them, because your brain fills itself with all sorts of whatever in place of all the things you don't really understand. And you don't know it's whatever until somebody asks you about it. They're like, "Oh, do you know about cellular respiration?" You're like, "Yeah, I do." And they're like, "Can you tell me about it?" And you're like, "Yeah, it's Something about the powerhouse of the cell, I think. I don't know. And you don't know anything about it, and you didn't know that until somebody asked you. And on the exam is a horrible time for somebody to ask you that for the first time. So find somebody you can teach, even if it's you having to explain it to yourself. That's still better. But say it out loud because you can't articulate the garbage.
Okay. Some major super chats coming in.
Major super chats. Major.
David Cooper. I don't know if this was on accident or what, but he just sent 100 pounds. With nothing. Just that's it.
Just to be amazing?
I don't know. Maybe it was.
Oh, sorry, I gotta cheat. Just to be amazing?
Good cheating.
Yeah, thank you. David Cooper?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Holy smokes. That is so incredibly kind of you.
Oh, wait.
He's like, that was supposed to be 1 pound.
And I missed one. That was a really, really good one.
Yeah.
That was 10 euros. I'm learning my currency. Wait,
Woo!
I think it was euros.
Good job, Lehi.
Dear M. Boss said, love from Germany to the guy who took my fear of snakes. Stay as you are, bud. Isn't that awesome?
That is the best. I love that so much. I've received so much feedback from people that are like, I got over my fear of snakes from your channel. That is just incredible. Thank you so much for telling me that and for supporting the channel. Like, I don't even know where to begin.
And then he just sent another super chat that said, Clint's Reptiles, Big Bang Theory in one person, plus funny.
I will take it. I love the Big Bang Theory. Somebody had a shirt that had elements on it that spelled out Bazinga the other day, and I got it. It was wonderful on so many levels. It was so nerdy.
Anthony just barely booked an appointment for you for Tuesday.
Yay, Anthony! I get so excited when I got an appointment with you. There are several people now that have done like multiple face-to-faces, like 5 or more, and I got to tell you, like, we're like old friends now. And so every time I see that coming up on my schedule, I'm like, yay! Oh, anyway, sorry.
Mike Harris.
Yeah.
Sent $100.
Oh my God.
It really helps you guys. You don't understand. That's why we freak out every time.
Yes.
We're like, hooray, we're saying.
It really is that way.
So Mike has a comment though.
Thank you. Yeah.
Clint said, what is a nonprofit? Sorry. Mike Harris said, Clint, what is a nonprofit idea you would like to see or seen done better for habitat and wildlife? If I scheduled a one-on-one, could I pick your brain a little more about it?
Yeah, and I would love. I knew that's something I want to give a lot of thought to. A nonprofit for animals.
What?
And a nonprofit for benefiting
habitat
animals.
and wildlife.
I will tell you the reality. I think that we need to approach more from the conservation standpoint. Is that conservation is sort of a privilege of the wealthy. Okay, if you're concerned about the survival of your family, you're not going to care if an animal that you're hunting is endangered, or if you need to clear cut a forest, to grow crops to support your family. Like if it's a matter of survival, that you use this land and that you cultivate the earth and that you wipe everything off and you burn this forest down, you kill all the predators, you're going to do it. You're going to do it. And so, and I can't fault those people. It's survival, right? I can sit back here where, I'm just like, oh, I hope my reptile room doesn't go under, but I'm not like, I hope my family doesn't starve to death. And so I think honestly, if we're, and we've seen this work very much because the human condition has improved dramatically over the last 2 decades or so. But that is where a lot of our focus as conservationists needs to be, is in improving the quality of life of the people in the area where these endangered animals are, so that they can afford to not utilize those animals and that habitat for their survival.
That's an interesting perspective. I like it. So if he scheduled a one-on-one, could he pick your brain?
Oh, absolutely.
And he also said,
make some notes in that one-on-one too, so I make sure I do my homework a little bit.
He said, also, Leisha, I put extra in as positive reinforcement for the vinegaroon experience.
Whoa!
That was nice of you. So thank you, Mike. Thanks for supporting us. You're so nice. Okay, Princess Suicine. I don't know.
This is her though from
She's just sent a $5 super chat that said, I literally just got fired, so I can't afford to donate anymore at the moment.
Oh goodness. And oh my goodness.
And she said,
I'm so sorry.
I want you to know I love you guys. By the way, I'm Aurora on Patreon. So
let's do it. I'm so sorry to hear that. And one thing I want to convey to you guys, like, we are so grateful for the way that so many of you support this channel. But we also completely understand that, like, financial need is financial need, right? And some of you aren't going to be able to afford to support us financially. We're just glad you're here, right? We are just glad you're here. Take care of you. And
you guys are what make our community so special.
Oh, 100%.
So stay here and be with us.
Yes.
Okay, so Aurora, she says, Hi, Clint and Leisha. Ever since last week, I've been desperate to hear Clint's interpretation of my blind albino Calikine's voice. Thanks, Leish. So please share that with us. Remember, she said he's not the best egg in the basket, and he's blind and dopey.
Blind up. I'll tell you, he probably has a voice very similar to my elephant seal voice.
Yeah, probably.
So my elephant seal, he goes, whoa! This is my beach! My beach is your beach! Except he's a blind California king.
That's definitely him.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, is your mouse? I can't even tell. Why don't you stick it in my face? See if I eat it. I don't know. I remember. I don't know if I eat stuff or not. What is it? Smells good. Maybe it's food.
She has more.
Oh boy.
Good job, Clint.
Should I answer all of them in the blind California king voice? Okay, Lisa's like, that's enough. That'll just be the rest of the live stream. All elephant seal voice.
I have a super important and actually kind of time-sensitive question for you. What's the best way to travel with reptiles? I'm in the process of moving, and my friend is going to be babysitting all my pets during the move, but in case, God forbid, something goes wrong and she can't take them for future moves or anything else in this situation, what's the safest and best way to travel with reptiles? I'm moving 5 minutes down the road at the moment. I'm planning to be moving internationally to the UK within the next few years, and I have no idea how I'm going to get Hannibal, my snapping turtle, on the plane. I also have 2 giant centipedes, and I'm worried about the pressure change at that height, etc. While I'm sure Hannibal could withstand the apocalypse, he's going to be a little too big by then to just be a nice little pet turtle. And people are going to wonder why I brought a dinosaur on board. And let's see. Some of the giant centipedes might escape. What do you suggest? How do I prepare for this? What can I do to make this easy and legal for everyone involved? I figured you would be the best person to ask. And then she had some really nice compliments about my videos. And she was really sweet.
Oh, I'm going to hear those?
No, she said, Leisha, you don't have to read this out loud.
Okay.
She gave me permission.
So, I can tell you, traveling international. So I have thoughts about traveling short distances. Traveling internationally with animals is a completely different ballgame because of customs, because of different laws in different countries. You're going to have to find out what it takes to ship an animal, if it's even legal to ship these animals to another country, and then you should probably just have them shipped. You're not going to be able to walk on the plane and go through customs with a giant snapping turtle. It's just not going to happen. So you're gonna need to figure out the ropes. Talk to breeders that send animals overseas, especially to the UK, and just find out exactly what are the hoops they have to jump through. But it's going to be complex. It's going to be really complex, and in some cases it might not be possible. So keep that in mind. As far as moves within a country where you're not, or at least within a state. So different states have different laws regarding the animals, and some are not allowed legally to travel over state lines. So you need to be aware of these sorts of laws, or you could get you could get all of your animals confiscated, if nothing else, and then often euthanized, and that's the worst.
She said, "Thank you so much, Clint."
Oh yeah, but the thing is, when you're traveling, if we're not even concerned about laws, right? Let's just say, forget the man, right? We're not going to let the man keep us down. What could keep you down is going to be heat. Unless you're traveling like in the dead of winter, them being too cold isn't going to be a problem, right? Just don't feed them for a few days before you travel. But having them overheat, that could kill everything. And so if you can pick a time that's not very hot, maybe not freezing cold, but like early spring and fall are good times to make a move. Middle of summer, middle of winter, bad times to make a move with reptiles. And you can get cool packs and stuff to cool them down. Keep them in an area that's not going to get super hot. Don't leave them out in the car. If you're, get out of the car to go to a store or something. Heat.
Okay. So more super chats coming in. Again, show them the button.
Right in my ear. Super chat.
Anthony Simone just sent $100. Classic Anthony.
Anthony.
News Commander was like, a live stream with 2 100s and Anthony, and then Anthony sent this, and News Commander was like, a live stream with 3 100s, one of them being Anthony.
Anthony, I'm grateful I get to see you face to face, and he gets to make me feel okay about how much support he gives to this channel, because it's so appreciated, and your generosity is unbelievable.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Anthony. You said, hello there, my friend. Okay, important question. What are your and Leisha's favorite superheroes? I love Marvel, and mine is Captain America. Okay.
Well, Alicia might have to ponder on this one quite a bit. So I will tell you, historically, I liked DC more. Not if I was reading the comic books. I just kind of liked the powers, and I always liked the Flash because, superhuman speed is always something I've appreciated. I don't know. That's an ability that I admire. I like the ability to run very quickly, but I got to tell you, the DC, except for Batman, the DC superheroes are way less complex and interesting than Marvel superheroes. And so there's got to be, I always like the Green Lantern too, but also we're back to DC. So because he was just the most righteous guy on the planet, and they gave him superpowers because they're like, you should have it. I like that. But as far, it's probably, my favorite superhero thing ever though is probably the Incredibles. And then they've got a super fast one who's Dash. But I don't think he's my very favorite. I'm going to have to ponder on my very favorite because it's probably Marvel. Leash.
When I was growing up, my very favorite one was Superman because I thought he was the most handsome.
Oh, yeah.
And I watched Smallville growing up. But then somebody gave me the argument that Batman's better than Superman because Batman actually has to work, and he actually has to put in something to get what he has. And Superman is just he's all powerful and can see through things and has laser eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I kind of bought into that argument. Yeah, I can see that, but still Superman's more handsome. Then I saw Wonder Woman, and I thought that was a really cool movie. So
it was. Wonder Woman was really good.
I'm very surfacey with my superheroes.
Yeah. Gosh, I'll have to ponder a little on who my very favorite is. Historically, though, it's been the Flash.
Okay, let's see here. We have more super chats. Dragon Whisperer, who you had a face-to-face with this week. I just got a zero beauty adoption, and I can't wait for our talk Monday.
I love zeros. I'm so excited to see it.
David Cooper said favorite dinosaurs.
Oh gracious! So T-Rex, because T-Rex is rad. Carnotaurus fills me with joy. Ankylosaurus, always have loved. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's a stegosaurid, but it's got these big spikes coming out of its shoulders.
Owen would know.
Yeah, he would. Let's see. Other ones that just fill me with joy. I like a lot of the ceratopsians, and I like a whole lot. I like Chasmosaurus. I like Diabloceratops.
Kentosaurus.
Kentrosaurus. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Newt Scamander. Thank you, Princess Sue.
Yes. Kentrosaurus.
Jason just said that you guys talk a lot about superheroes on the podcast.
Yes. Because I'm very interested in superheroes.
Where's the podcast? How do they?
The podcast is one of the awesome features that we have for our rad fans and stinking rad fans at Patreon as part of our way of saying thank you guys so much for helping support this channel. We would not be anywhere close to where we are without you.
Awesome. It's a fun little podcast, and they call it Lizard Lunch.
Yes, they'll also been known as Nerd Patrol. There's a lot more than reptiles that we discuss. All topics nerdy.
Intellectual hour.
This whole channel actually emerged as a result of us doing this nerdy lizard lunch.
Yep. Okay. Oh, and the people on Patreon who heard the podcast found out I was pregnant before my family.
That is very true.
Pregnant with Martha.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Andy Green said, finally starting my invert photo workshops. I have mantis, sticks, and millipedes for guys to photograph. Wish I was in the U.S. to visit the reptile room.
Well, you could do a face-to-face, and I could at least take you around. I'd love to see you. And I want to see your photos.
Mike Harris just sent $20 more.
Holy cow, everybody's saying
Mike said, stellar answer. He was the one that asked about the nonprofit.
Oh, yeah.
The human condition. Got it. Thank you. I typed my question before I realized the room is opening. You will see me there. I drive by it frequently. Did the soil spill out?
Oh, probably a little. I knocked the plant out of there the other day. I teach my class from this exact location, and I get excited about things.
So, Mike, please tell us your mic so that we know it's you. And
yes, absolutely. When you guys when you see me at expos, or if you come to the reptile room, right? If you're people from these live streams, we know you guys. So just let us know who you are. I'm so excited to meet you. Alicia has RUNNOFT run off. So while she's gone. Should I do it? I think I should do it.
Is the charger for your laptop in your backpack?
Yes.
This laptop? Mine?
There is a yes. Yeah. Oh no, not yes. There is for that.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
I don't want to die.
Oh, her computer is near death.
Yes.
Did it go black?
That's why RUNNOFT. No, it didn't go back.
She RUNNOFT. Should I show them the great evil?
What's the great evil?
Hey Theo, this is not the great evil.
No, don't show it to them. We still have some awesome super chats that I'm all plugged in.
Okay.
Okay, I made it.
Hey, Bart. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go, boy. Come here. Oh. Knocked the super chat button, did you?
Okay, let's see. Anthony Simone sent $20 more.
Anthony.
Said, what do you think the Titanoboa behaved like? And if we're like today, do you think there would be any way for a zoo to house it properly?
I think the Titanoboa was essentially a colossal green anaconda. I think it probably behaved a heck of a lot like a green anaconda, and I think a zoo could totally house one appropriately. The thing is, we do know how to contain large and dangerous animals. It's just that the people in Jurassic Park didn't employ any of those things.
Dizzy Slav, hello, welcome to your very first live stream.
What do you have in your mouth?
What's happening?
You got something from Drop It, buddy? Good boy.
He's in my video.
Oh,
I'm posting today.
Gross. Thanks, dear. What have you been chewing
He
on?
chews up the kids' crayons. That's probably what it is.
Crayons are delicious.
Okay, Ashen sent $20 and said, hi, I have an exotic vet, but like many pet owners / parents, there are things you can safely treat yourself. What do you think are safe conditions to treat at home, and what would you suggest a reptile first aid kit?
Whew. Well, the reality is there are a lot of conditions that if they're in their early stages, there are a lot of good remedies. RIs would be in this category, MBD, where if you catch early symptoms of it, there's a lot you could do at home, and a lot of times they'll clear up just fine. A lot of times it's just a husbandry change that you need to make. But when they get more severe, that's when you're really probably going to need the assistance of a veterinarian, especially if there's the potential that you're going to need pharmaceuticals of some sort for them.
Richie Rich. Theo is his name, and he's a Yorkie poo.
Yeah, he's 75% Yorkie, 25% miniature poodle. His dad was 4 pounds. His mom, 8 pounds. We just weighed him the other day. He weighs 16 pounds. And we don't know how.
We weighed him on a baby scale. It was official.
It's official. It's officially 16 pounds. Wait, we don't know how he became such a colossus.
Why don't you open up your thingy?
Oh, yeah, I do have a package to open. All right.
That's a better word for it, I think.
And this, here's the thing. You want to let him out because I don't want to unveil the great evil with Theo in the room. Okay, hang on. Our microphone was on top of the package. Okay, so this package comes to us. Oh. So this package has not been opened. So it could have something completely scandalous in it. Jason didn't preview it for me. So I will get out my handy dandy Skeletool. And
what is it? Do you want me to preview it?
So it's from Mike Moravec maybe. And it says Dinosaurs Corporation.
Dinosaurs. If it's a sour candy, I'm stealing it.
Okay, so this may be a gift for Leisha. I don't know what dinosaurs are, but I like sour candies too. We buy colossal bags of Sour Patch Kids.
Actually, your mom buys us colossal bags of Sour Patch Kids.
And I buy you colossal bags of Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah.
It used to be something I'd get you like every birthday and Christmas.
Yeah, then I got burnt out on them.
Yep.
Now I'm into Sour Patch straws. They're the best.
Okay. I have no idea what this is. Oh.
What is it?
This might be.
What is it?
I can't believe this. I have been wanting this.
What is it?
I gotta open it so I can show you.
Beans.
Well, I'll spill part of the beans. That is a lower jaw.
Is it a 3D printed thing?
I don't know yet if it's 3D printed or not, but it is. It's definitely a oh.
Tuatara school?
Yes.
Newt's commander told me I didn't know.
Guys.
Is it a real skull or?
No. But I wouldn't want a real skull from a Tuatara. Oh my gosh!
Anthony said I sent that.
This is what Anthony sent. It just didn't have your name on it. Hooray! It's the thing, Anthony. You sent this?
Yeah, that's what he said. Thank
you so much. Oh my gosh! Sorry, I'm loud. I've been wanting a Tuatara skull so badly because not only are Tuataras stinking rad and super interesting, but they demonstrate so clearly the diapsid condition. So when I talk about synapsid reptiles and diapsid reptiles, here's the eye socket, and then on each side of the head, behind the eye, there are two big holes in the skull through which their jaw muscles move. And people all the time are like, well, what's the difference really between a Tuatara and a lizard? And without looking at their skulls, it's really difficult. But these skulls are spendy, man. I can't believe how expensive they are. And so I haven't been able to do it. And
is it 3D printed or what?
I think this is from one of the companies that makes them.
That's amazing. Anthony said, glad you love it, my great friend. You deserve it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so Anthony, thank you so much.
Can I show them that every time he teaches?
Oh yeah, can I geek out a little more about it for a second? So
I should put on a timer.
Yeah, I got a geek timer. But one of the things is their whole brain fits in this little area right here. So a lot of times people say their brain is much more amphibian-like than lizard-like.
Anthony is Bill Gates confirmed.
I've met Anthony many times. He is Bill Gates. But they've also got this crazy beak thing up front, which is crazy dentition. And then the lizards, all the lizards are lacking this bone right here, which is called the jugal arch. That's missing, so that opens up this second hole. So they don't show the diapsid condition in as straightforward and bodacious a way as a Tuatara. This is, like, for me, the ultimate reptile skull. Anthony, thank you so much. I'm so glad I didn't have your name on it. So I was like, well, apparently it didn't come. It came, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Hooray!
Oh my gosh. Anthony said he sent something. I had no idea what it would be. I didn't see this coming. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited.
You've got some more super chats coming in. Let's do those really quick.
I got Wusa for a second. Okay, I am now in Zen, just here staring at my bodacious.
Okay, Dragon Whisper has a super chat question and a Patreon question.
Are we gonna do them together?
I think they go hand in hand.
Patreon.
He said the blind beardy I adopted has been spitting out silkworms when I try to assist feed him. He's not eaten in 3 days. Do you recommend giving him Reptiles? And this is a hard question for Clinty to answer. He says, how do you decide when it's right to put an animal down that is struggling and not thriving?
Okay, so as far as the blind beardy goes, Reptiboost might be a good idea. With hydration on beardies, a lot of times you can just stick them in water and they'll drink. So the beardies are easy as far as that goes. As far as what he's spitting out, I found it depends on how strong he is. But one thing is, and I'll use my tuatara skull as an example. If I have an issue where a dragon is spitting things out, what I usually do is I will put the food about right there in their mouth, and then I hold my hand in like a V at the edges of their mouth so they don't spit out. And usually they'll swallow things down very quickly. So you could give that a try. But I'm sorry about the difficulty that you're having. That second question is one that that's a hard one for me.
It's extremely hard. Clint doesn't talk to me about this because it's so hard on him. I'll go down and want to go see a snake and it's gone. I'm like, Clinty, where's this snake? And he's like, oh, that snake died months ago. Why didn't you tell me? Because it's so hard for him to talk about it.
Yeah, here's the deal. Like with putting an animal down, I am not a person that likes to destroy things. Like even when I open, you probably saw the way I opened this box, right? Like I carefully cut all the sides. What am I going to do with this box, right? I could have just blasted through it and it would have been the same, but I don't like to destroy things, and animals much less. I'm also an optimistic, hopeful person, and so sometimes you really hope an animal gets better. And there are things that an animal sort of needs to be doing in order to start to get better. And, one of them is it probably needs to get eating, eventually, even if it's an assist feed. If it's taking food, okay, that's something you can work with. One thing I've learned not to do, and honestly, sometimes from hard experiences, like when you have an animal that is starving because it won't eat, and then you get it eating again, you got to get it eating at a slow pace. It's like, if I get a big meal in you, you'd probably be just fine. Yeah, but that big meal might be just too much for it. And so, but if it's taking food, if it's being responsive in that way, you've got something you can work with. But sometimes there's an animal that just it's just in decline. And I honestly, this one touches me kind of close to my heart right now because we recently had to make this decision about a rescue Russian tortoise that came in some time ago. He was never in good shape at all, and there were some things I needed to, I wanted to do a good beak trim and nail trim and stuff on him, but I felt like the stress of that might be more than he could handle. And, he could still eat and stuff. But the thing is, he just kind of kept getting worse and worse. And his back legs wound up they just were paralyzed. And not even where I could move them. They were just rigid and he didn't move anymore. And it was just it's just he's not going to get better. And I think it's at that point when an animal is either suffering so much that it's going to be suffering for a long time. Even if it gets better, it's going to be suffering for the foreseeable future, or there's just no way it's going to recover, and all it's going to do is die slowly. Then those are the times when you have to make a difficult decision like that.
Yeah. Let's see. I feel weird just jumping right into another thing. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to get into something different.
Yeah. I make food happen, just sent 50 pounds.
Holy moly.
Hi, Clint. Just discovered your vids and love watching them with my girlfriend. We're considering getting our first snake, and we're torn between the royal python and the jungle carpet python. I'm leaning more towards the carpet. Mind giving some advice?
Yeah, both of those are great snakes. Here will be the deal. If you get a baby, that jungle carpet python in its first year especially will probably bite you a few times. And especially if it's your first snake, and you're not really used to reading snake body language, they got a very, very powerful feeding response, and they're just kind of defensive in that first year. You'll probably get tagged by that snake. It won't be that bad, and you'll learn not to be afraid of the bite really, because it'll bleed a little, but it's not going to do you any long-term harm. But on the other side, snake's going to eat for you. It's going to shed well. Like it's going to, they do things that royal pythons don't do as well. For those of you unfamiliar with the royal python, it's the ball python. And so, the pros are carpet python eats better, sheds better. Downside, it's going to bite you some. So you just got to decide, like, what are your biggest concerns with the snake?
Good answer. Have you done an African fat-tailed gecko?
No.
Have you filmed one?
No. We had some lined up, but they were grumpy African fat-tailed geckos. And African fat-tailed geckos are not grumpy, so I didn't want to be like, just so you know, like these, yeah, you see them latched onto my fingers. That's not normal. Ignore this.
So this is new. Allison Wright sent $10 super chat, but then where the message is, it says message retracted. So I don't know.
Well, can you keep an eye out in case a message comes in? But hopefully it wasn't insulting. No, I hope we hear from you.
Do you want to get out the thingy?
Yes. You want to see the great? Are you ready for the great horror?
I like how well my brain is working today.
So this is the great horror.
Oops, deleted chat. I have 3 of the cutest snakes now from your videos. They are the best. Do you have a quick visual check method for a team humidity?
Or quick visual? Well, I mean, if you've got a hygrometer, it's pretty easy.
But if you don't, or as a backup?
As far as visual, I mean, usually you'll get an idea if you have a way to check it at some level with how damp your soil is. But it's difficult because a lot of it's going to depend on what the humidity is like in your climate to begin with. Okay. The great evil. So, as you know, I've been wanting to increase my number of creepy crawly creatures, and I made a mistake because I put a cup on top.
That it might be a centipede, but somebody was like, "Nah, he wouldn't be that calm holding a centipede."
Well, I would not, unless it was confined. The great and evil horror of the Vietnamese giant centipede has arrived. Tell them about him.
Yeah, is he yours?
He is mine. We have acquired a giant centipede for the reptile room this weekend. So the reason I've been acquiring arthropods is because we now are doing a creepy crawlies presentation. I did one for a school not long ago, and it was so much fun, and I felt like it was so productive, and the kids had so many cool questions. And this, in my opinion, is the ultimate creepy crawly. They're terrifying. And just because I like you guys so much, I have brought home, we'll see if this works. This scares me. Okay, but there is the centipede. I brought home a couple of dubia roaches, and I thought we might unleash the beast. They're so terrible.
It's kind of hard to see.
Okay, hang on. Well, once I get done finagling this.
Scary, be careful.
I will do my best. If any part of the centipede touches you, it's pretty much gonna bite you. Well, leg stab you. You're gonna get toxicog now. Okay, come on. Why won't this lid come off? It's like this lid knows better. It's like, don't do it. Don't do it, you fool. Here's the deal with the Vietnamese giant centipede. If you've seen our video, you know this, but their bite is horrifically painful, and if you died, you wouldn't be the first. Okay. Oh, gosh, it's a monster. Okay. All right, all sealed up. So here we go. Back up here. We have unleashed the beast. There he is. Oh, you can see him well now. Oh, he's terrifying. I'm going to get some acrylic enclosures that can act as both the enclosure for this centipede and its transportation so that I don't have to move it between enclosures when I'm going to take it to a program, because this is an animal I will never touch. Not ever. So anyway, what do you want? $5 to handle it?
Can you imagine? Oh, dear.
Okay, I've got one more I've got one more dubia. I'll try
Did you eat it already?
No, it just dubias are not they're burrowers. And so if he missed it right at first, it probably just burrowed in. Don't worry, he'll find it. But not right now. So I brought one more home as my redundancy. Hang on. So I survived the first one. Here will be encounter number 2. Okay. Oh, it's right in the middle of its leg mass. Perfect throw, Clinty. Perfect throw. All right. There's our dubia friend. Oh, no, they're awful. What a terrible beast. Did you get away? Oh, look at that clever dubia digging down. Centipede, you're so scary. Where are you going? It's the centipede's digging on the other side. It's like, I don't even want to see where this goes. There's a water bowl that it just flipped over that I now need to get some giant tongs out in order to get. There it is. The giant Vietnamese centipede. So terrifying. You guys know the horror.
On the bed. Don't put it on the bed.
Like this seal on this deli cup right now is all that's holding my marriage together. That's pretty exciting. Would you still love me?
What? If you put it on the bed?
What if it got away?
No.
You would not. As promised. It will end your marriage if your giant centipede gets away. That's a heck of. Don't do it, Leisha.
The line that made me laugh so hard, is that video out yet? What video is it?
The one about if it biting me?
No, if it gets out, then you have to tell your family.
Oh, no, it's not out.
So Clint and I were previewing a video. Jason always sends the videos to Clint to make sure that there's nothing that needs changed in. So he always watches it, and sometimes I'll come in and watch the little preview with him. And
this is this Saturday's video.
This line got me laughing so hard I could not stop, because Clint just says it like it's no big deal and then just keeps talking. And it's like such a solid line, and he didn't even laugh at himself, which I was so proud of. He was like, you got to make sure to have a really great lid on this thing, because if it gets out, then you have to explain that to your family. And it just keeps talking. Oh, it made me laugh. Okay.
Oh,
all right. So we are running out of time, and we have lots of Patreon questions.
Oh,
we have
goodness.
a few more super chats.
Let's do it.
Where do you want to do first?
Just get going. We'll just
let's do a lightning round.
Okay, but I get kind of hyper during my lightning rounds, so I'm going to take this monstrous giant freak centipede of terror and death, and I'm going to put it where? Okay. I'm going to slide it here where I probably won't kick it or anything, because that would be the worst. I get too excited. Okay, I'm going to move my tuatara skull. A little bit of calm before the storm.
Okay.
Lightning round.
Anthony said, "Hello, my friends. What exactly are
Sicilians? Sicilians?
I know they're amphibians, but they just seem so odd and interesting."
They are. So there's a whole group of so they're like, people are pretty much familiar with salamanders and newts and frogs and toads, but there's an entirely other group of crazy amphibians called caecilians that are legless. Most of them live underground or in the water. When they are developing, they develop this giant head gill that actually I believe they use as sort of like a placental connection to mom. They're bonkers and crazy and rad.
That's awesome. Madison Kohler said, hey, Clint, do you have any plans on doing a video about rosy boas? We just got a 1-month-old Plumosa Rosie, and she has been a dream snake, even better than our court snake up to this point. It'd be absolutely stinking rad if you made a video about them and all the various region-specific patterns that they
Oh, there are so many cool ones. I almost got a rosy boa, actually, at Tinley. I love rosy boas. We'll definitely cover them soon. They're glorious and awesome and stupendous.
Robert Watson said, hello, Clint. Awesome talk earlier this week. Still bouncing some points around in my mind. If you want to talk to Clint one-on-one, schedule an appointment with them. It's super fun. Clint loves it, and it's keeping the reptile room open.
Yeah, and Robert, I love talking to you. It's the best.
Anyway, I was wondering about maternal incubation in the hobby. That is leaving the eggs with the mother animal to look after them in a natural way within their enclosure. I've read 2 case study results with Antaresia pythons that lead to a greater hatch rate through maternal incubation than with the same breeder using artificial methods. I guess the uptake is due to the small clutch size of the Antaresia. In the extra time that COVID lockdown has given people, I know a few keepers are trying this method out for the first time with royal pythons. Considering you breed royals yourself, what are your thoughts on the method? Possible advantages, and would you consider trying it out in the future? By the way, Robert Watson, Clinton said, Robert's such a cool guy. He really dives down deep into stuff. He really researches, and then his accent is really fun too. He just told me that this week. Okay, go ahead.
So maternal incubation is a really interesting thing. It definitely has some pros and cons. I will tell you the main reasons that you might not want to do it. One of them is just, keeping your humidity right is going to be super important for those eggs. That's not that hard. It's a little harder here in a dry climate. You can also, you can't inspect the eggs as well. If one egg goes bad and rots, you're not going to probably get it away from the mom. The other thing is mom, because she's hanging out with those eggs, it'll just be longer. They're already pretty skinny after they lay, and it's going to be even longer before you'll be able to get her feeding again. So if you take the eggs away, then you can get her feeding a lot sooner. That's probably the biggest bonus to not doing maternal incubation.
Natasha Peterson said, hi, Clint. I'm in the final research stages before getting a chameleon gecko and fell chatting to some keepers in a Facebook group. We all noticed your geckos looking very green compared to the more usual brownish colors. I read somewhere that UVB lighting might affect their colors, but I'm wondering if you know if this is correct. Mine will have access to UVB in any case, but it would be neat if that might make it more green.
I think there's some truth there. They're also called chameleon geckos because they can alter their color. So depending on how they fire up, fire down at any given time. And I feel like under the magnification of our macro lens, we started to see some colors popping that you just normally don't see.
Stacy said, what's the best substrate for a terrestrial snake who likes humidity? In this case, a Florida king snake that isn't going to be a bioactive environment.
Well, if it's not going to be bioactive, then it gets, you're just going to have to change it out a lot. But something like cocoa fiber mixed with moss and a little bit of sand, you could spot clean it generally, and then just do complete substrate changes every few weeks.
Cody Donaldson said, hey, Clint, last time I asked a question about uromastyx and humidity, and you suggested that I considered a smaller species as smutty-tailed iguana. I looked them up, and they are pretty stinking rad. I haven't had a chance to do extensive research on them yet, and I was wondering why, of all the lizards out there, you thought these were a suitable replacement for someone considering a uromastyx.
Oh, because of similar diet and temperature requirements. That was the main reason. They're also kind of similar in size and look, and so I really like them. I think they're cool.
Rash Herbaleo said, hola, Clint. I recently purchased a hatchling red tegu, Anery,
yeah.
From a fairly reputable website that has done me well in the past. However, I have some doubts regarding A, the age of the animal, B, the genetics, and C, the actual history of the animal, i.e. wild caught versus captive bred due to its aggressiveness and broken tail. Is there any way I may be able to find out for sure just what I purchased? That's too bad.
That is true. I mean, a lot of it, you got to trust the breeder. You could prove it out as an adult through breeding to test the anery het, or you could ask for pictures of the parents. I mean, if it's a guaranteed het, then one of the parents has to be a visual anery because it's recessive. And so, that would be something I would ask about. But, I don't think it would probably be wild caught, but, it could be kind of like farmed. There's definitely a possibility of that.
Andrew Johnson said, hello, Clint. I see you on the vendor list for the Wasatch Reptile Expo. Am I safe to assume you'll be there?
I will be there tomorrow. I will be there on Saturday, but not Sunday.
And we'll have the booth is just to take pictures mainly. And it'll be like social distance pictures, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know how any of this really is going to work. But, I love the Wasatch Expo. I wanted to be there to support them. So I will be there. I'll be having a great time. I definitely want to meet you guys. And I mean, that's it. I'm not
Maybe
selling
do
anything.
Some elbow bumps.
Yeah, my elbows will be all black and blue by the end of tomorrow. I'll just be walking around elbowing everybody, and you're like, what the heck is with this guy?
You're mad.
Because I'll have my mask on too. They'll have no idea who I am.
Yeah, don't wear a tie. You might just blend in.
You.
Jake Frankel, could you keep an African side neck turtle in a kiddie pool?
Yeah. I mean, you might have to heat the pool and filter the pool.
Well, and there's lots of different sizes of kiddie pools.
Yeah, but African side necks are all pretty small. Okay. I would say most kiddie pools, yes, you could. It might be able to get out, so you're gonna need to make sure that's not a thing.
Jake Frankel said, "When is the Argus monitor video coming out? I love Argus monitors."
Soon, filmed.
It's filmed
with a stinking rad Argus monitor.
That's exciting.
That never tried to kill me, not even once.
Some super chats. You're not cheating. Cheat.
Super chat.
Okay, let's see. Nastavian sent $5. I'd love to see your Brazilian rainbow boa best pet snake / reptile.
I found a baby, so I would love to show you guys an adult, but I do have access to a baby.
Dear Anva said, well, another creature you need to take my fear of. He had said earlier that you took his fear of snakes.
Oh, and now the centipede?
And now the centipede.
Nope. I shouldn't take your fear of the centipede. It's terrifying. It's a horrifying beast that I will never touch. I was much safer handling Lilith than this. Though if it bit me, it would be a better situation than being bitten by Lilith, but not a good situation.
I Make Food Happen said, I'm a chef, don't mind bleeding from my hands a little. Jungle carpet python it is.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you'll love it.
Stephen Shepard, who is now a good friend.
Oh, yes.
There's some names that are reoccurring with the one-on-one chats, and Stephen Shepard is one of them. He said, don't do it, Leisha. That thing is gross, but cool. Toxicognath terror.
Toxicognath terror. Thank you for looking out for my wife.
I pulled it for...
Better be
if
enough
you
to
don't know the inside joke, a couple streams ago, Clint had brought a vinegaroon, and right before the stream was over, I was like, if somebody sends $5, then I'll hold the vinegaroon.
I was like, $5? Like, she really didn't want to handle it. She's like, okay, well, if somebody sends $5, I'm like, 5? That will definitely happen. Why didn't you just say, okay, I'll handle it? You know?
And so that's why Stephen is saying, don't do it. You should have sent $5. So those are all the super chats.
We're all super chatting?
And we've got our package. We showed the
We did all on Patreon?
We did all of Patreon.
Guys!
We are on the ball.
We are on top of things. This has been so much fun. So,
do you think we can tell them about our super rad volunteer or no?
About Nate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why not? So we
Wait,
have.
I want to tell them.
Okay, Leisha has an announcement to make.
Don't make that face at them.
I wasn't. It was my. I was faking it. I was the guy over there, but I did it over here to throw him off.
Stop. So Team Leisha, yay! They know. Thank you, Brenna. So we had been getting to know people. What?
Did you do your hair?
No.
Oh, they call it cute and stuff.
I'm telling you, I just woke up.
I know. So that's what I thought was the case.
You can see. I haven't even brushed my hair or my teeth or washed my face. You can see a cute version of me in my video, though. Right, Clinty?
Right.
Okay, should I say?
Cute right now.
Oh man, I look disheveled. Okay. So we have been getting to know people to come and help us at the Reptile Room and to volunteer. And there was one person who couldn't make it on the night that we were getting to know people and asked if we could come Friday. And the time that worked was just right after one of Clint's one-on-ones. So Clint called me and said, I'm going to interview Nate. Do you want to be here? And I said, yes, I have been feeling really, really good about him and I want to get to know him. So I went there and Nate came and we adore him. We absolutely love him. He's not watching this right now because he teaches school, which is close to my heart. I was taught school for years. And so he teaches high school, so he's not even going to see this. We might tell him about it later, but we just adore Nate. We're so excited about him. So when you come on Monday for the opening night, make sure to say hi to Nate. Mm-hmm. He's a great guy.
Yep.
You'll love him. Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
Out of sight.
See ya.
We're still all caught up, right? We didn't miss anybody?
We didn't miss anybody.
You guys are the best. Thank you guys so much for all your support of this channel. Like, we appreciate every single one of you guys. Leisha, again, we'll have a video out within the hour probably.
And thank you so much for those. I've been getting comments that are like, I came from Clint's Reptiles and this is awesome. Like, I appreciate your support so much. This is just something that I felt like I needed to do, not because I actually wanted to do it. And it feels really good to have some support of really great people. So thank you.
It has been incredible. It has been. She wasn't sure if she wanted me to even say anything to you guys, and I think, but I think you guys have really, like, you've made her just feel amazing, and I think excited about her channel. And, but you know, it's weird to put out a video to nobody and be like, hey guys, you know, but you guys are there and you support her and you've been just so kind and good. We are so grateful for each and every one of you guys. You're incredible. You're incredible. 17 hours till our next video will be out. It's got a line in it that Leisha can't stop laughing at.
And the expo is tomorrow. Some people are asking where it is. It's in Salt Lake City at the Salt Lake City Fairgrounds. So if you Google that, it'll give you
the Wasatch Reptile Expo. Yeah, absolutely come. I'm super excited to see you guys there. If you can't make it to the expo, see you on Monday. If you can't make it then, see you on Thursday. If you can't make it then, schedule a one-on-one.
Yep, they're fun. Please do. Help us keep the reptile room open. You guys are awesome.
Yes, indeed. As always, like and subscribe, and we hope to see you real soon.